It's a continuation from where we stopped. Last time we had a discussion on decision theory, looked at the introduction, and also looked at the approaches and risk. So decision rules are approaches that can be used if you are facing uncertainty. If you're facing uncertainty, these are going to be the techniques you're going to use as a decision maker. So on the slide, we are saying that conditions of uncertainty, as described before in our discussion, imply that you as the decision maker, you do not know what conditions will prevail for the working out of your chosen strategy. You're not sure of what's going to happen, okay? The conditions that are going to prevail, you do not have any information. And you continue by saying that, for example, it could be a pricing decision of a new product. You have manufactured a new product and you are pricing. You're going through the pricing decision. So a pricing decision of a new product would be easy if the intentions of competitors were known. Of course, the minute they see you succeeding, they are going to do the very same thing that you are doing. They're going to produce the same product. So if you are producing this for the very first time, it's a new product on the market, maybe you don't have any information about how to price the product, then you're going to be in what we call the environment of uncertainty. So the decision rules will come in handy if you want to select the best course of action in those circumstances. And the major criterion usually adopted or adapted while making decisions under conditions of uncertainty include the three. We have the Maximax Criterion, we have the Maximin criteria, and also the Minimax Regret Criterion. But of course, you're saying, but not limited to. Not limited to. When you read the notes that I've uploaded on your student account, you see that there are other decision rules that have been included. But for purposes of your exam, you will focus on those three. So to begin with our discussion, we have the Maximax criteria. Now, for this decision rule, Maximax criteria, the assumption is that the decision maker is going to select the particular strategy which corresponds to the maximum of the maximum. The decision maker will focus on the alternative that gives the maximum of the maximum for each of the strategies. So this kind of approach is based upon extreme optimism, okay? Based upon extreme optimism. In life, we all always want the best for the best. We always want to have the best. Why not? Which is okay. That is extreme optimism, which is applied under the Maximax criteria. So we are saying on the second bullet that therefore, the decision maker will proceed by identifying the maximum payoff for each alternative, and then follow by selecting the maximum, the greatest among them. This will be the alternative that maximizes the outcome of every alternative. So the maximum of the maximum, the maximum of the maximum. So we shall support this discussion with November 2016 question 2 part B, which we are going to use throughout all the three. And in this one, we have a businessman who has three alternatives open to him. each of which can follow by any of the 4 possible events. The conditional payoffs in shillings for each activity event combination are given in our table below. So they were given these events, which I may call the states of nature. Okay. On the discussion we had, we said that these are the states of nature. Then the alternatives are those that are within your own control. So we are going to determine the alternative that the businessman should choose if he adopts the Maximax criterion. So what we are going to do, we are going to look at this table under the different events and then select the maximum. Okay. We select the maximum. So for alternative X, we have 8,000 under A, 0 under B, -10 under C, 6,000 under D. So by look of things, we see that and for alternative X, the maximum you can get is 8,000. The maximum you can get is 8,000. So we shall draw our table like this. And here we show the events, alternatives, and then the payoffs. So as I have indicated, for alternative X, the maximum is the 8,000 here. 8,000, I put it in the column I've created for maximum payoff. Then for alternative Y, I can see there's a -4 under A, event A. If it is event B, you get 12,000. If it is event C, you get 18,000. If it is event D, you get -2,000. So by look of things, the highest is 18,000. So that would be the figure I take under the column I've labeled maximum payoff. So that is our 18,000 there. Then for alternative Z, by look of things, under event A, if it is event A, you get 14,000. If it is event B, you get 6,000. C, you get a 0. D, you get 8,000. So by look of things, the highest is 14,000. So in the column I've labeled maximum payoff, I bring my 14,000 there. So in the chart, which would be the best if we are following Maximax? Which one would be the best alternative? Which one would be the best? Okay, in the chart, Y would be the best. Yes, because it corresponds with the highest. Sorry about that. Y would be the best. So that's the highest that we have. And here in the exam, you just come just below here. You give your conclusion. That alternative Y is the best since it corresponds with the maximum payoff among the maximum. Maximum of the maximum. So what we are going to do, we are going to put this in our books. And then we move to the next criterion. Let me know if you have any question. This is the question itself, though you still get it from the slide.